This is Fabulae 28, 7 to 8, and this is Chiara's translation here. It looks fantastic. I won't read it back to you because you did great work there. And down at the bottom, I think you had some questions about the subjunctive adaptations. So let's go over that. Falsam duxit, he dug a ditch. Ut aquam de montibus perducerit. That would lead water through down from the mountains. Exactly right. So this perduceret, you can hear the infinitive in there. Perducere. That's perduco, perducere, perduxi, perductus. So that present active infinitive is in the stem now, and then it has the ending t. So this is the imperfect subjunctive. Imperfect subjunctive. I'm just quickly writing it for your helper there. Yeah. Imperfect subjunctive. And it's imperfect because the main verb is duxit. And in that you can hear the x, duxit. That x tells you that it's perfect tense. That's a perfect indicative. And that affects the way that we create the purpose clause. If this is perfect, then this is going to be imperfect subjunctive. Duxit goes to perduceret. If it were present, duke it with a C, it would result in a present subjunctive. In other words, perducat. Perducat. And that's just the sort of way that the Romans synchronize their subjunctives. Now you could have a pluperfect here, but it wouldn't make sense. In that case, it would be saying he dug a ditch in order that he had brought water down from the mountains. So that's kind of silly. But there are cases where we'll want to use that pluperfect. The imperfect subjunctive is the most common tense of the subjunctive. And just knowing that, you can just kind of roll along. And without knowing all the complicated rules about when you use which tense of the subjunctive, you can get along really well. Let's do number 2. Cum modum perruperet. Once again, perruperet, imperfect subjunctive. Very common. You can hear the infinitive in there. Perruperet. And the T on the end. When he burst the wall, and you had a fancy translation here, with the wall broken through. That's a much less literal and more interpretive translation, but it sounds great. The water was sent into the stables. In this case, imicit is active. He sent the water into the stable. Aquam in stabulam imicit. He sent aquam, the water, in stabulam, into the stable. And once again, we've got imicit. You can hear the S in there. That's perfect tense. If it were present, it would be imitit with a T. And so we have the imperfect subjunctive, perruperet. If it were imicit, present, the form of perrupio would be perrupiat, present subjunctive. So don't worry too much about which tense of the subjunctive that you're using when, unless you need to write purpose clauses, which probably won't come up anytime soon. Thanks for this. Great job, and talk to you soon.